Empty the garbage. Not that there's anybody watching it anyway. Another minute and then we'll start opening and chatting about stuff, and there'll be no one watching, but whatever. Okay, so hi everyone, I'm gonna do a video. I'm also streaming this live, but I doubt anyone's gonna watch because I didn't really give any notice, but just in case things pop up and stuff. But I'm gonna do box opening. I've got 4 boxes of Destiny boosters to open up and see what we get, and I'm just gonna try and do that, be all excited about what legendaries I don't pull, and then we'll talk about some deck building philosophies and stuff like that, how I'm going about making my decks and things. But yeah, hopefully it'll be an entertaining video, and I've not done one like this before, so get right into it. Oh yeah. Again. So we have Force Choke, first pack legendary, so that's a good start, hopefully. Long may it continue. A Jedi Temple, hide in shadows, take cover, defensive positions. We've got all of those cards, that one's okay. Force Choke, first legendary, so that was blue character only, villain card. You deal 1 unblockable damage as a special, and you may turn one of its character update. It's alright. A DL-44 heavy blaster pistol. Don't have one of those yet, so not legendary, but still good. Then infamous, strategic planning, personal escort, defensive stance. Oh dear. A BB-8, joy. This is the ones I'm dreading. Getting all of the ones from the starter pack. Confiscation, Savage, natural talent, defensive positions again. But yeah, played a little bit of Destiny. I'm looking forward to, now that it's readily available in stores, actually being able to play it a little bit more. Oh, Qui-Gon Jinn. For people who, I can't really show the blue dice, kind of stupid on a blue screen. Not a green screen, I should have changed it to green for today. So dice are really nice quality. Prized possessions, surgical strike, intimidate, pulling the strings. There's some cards I didn't have there. I'm going to run out of space on my desk for all of these cards. I need to get an empty box quick so that I can put stuff back into it. More Jedi robes! Yay! The joys. So people not familiar with the way Destiny works, obviously it's a collectible game, which is something that's new again, I suppose, for FFG. We did it a while ago, but we've not done it for a long time. Survival gear. You have to build a 30 card deck to support your characters. So it's a bit weird. You get the like the list building aspect of something like Imperial Assault, where you're trying to make some cool combinations. You get 30 points worth of character allowance. So what characters? I've only pulled one at the moment, so I've only got Qui-Gon. So you should be able to get it in focus. So Qui-Gon Jinn there, and he has a character die which is blue, so you won't be able to see it. But get it in focus again. Yeah, he's 13 points for one dice. If you pull a second one, it's not a wasted pull. You add the extra dice, you go up to an elite version of a character for 17 points. So you get that aspect of list building where you're trying to balance the effectiveness of the characters, how many you want to have 2 dice, how many single dice characters you want because they're cheaper, and stuff like that. So it's an interesting dynamic. That wasn't anything interesting, just cunning. Then once you've built your 30 points worth of characters, you build a 30 card deck, and they have to relate to the colours of the characters that you've already taken. So if you take Qui-Gon, who was a blue character, you can take blue cards in your deck. If you don't have a character of a colour, you cannot take any of those colours in your deck. Oh, that's good. 2 battlefields in that pack, so I got a command centre at Lawful, which is pretty good. I've got a plan for a Vader mill deck, so that'll be interesting. And then another war room for Rebels. Yeah, if you've got any questions, type in on the chat. I do have the DiceHate Skype up and running if people want to try and call in. I've not done a live call-in before, so that could be interesting watching me flounder around. It's a good pull. I'm happy for this one. It's only another common, well, sorry, another rare, but my second Akbar dice. So I've already got one Akbar, so that's good. It gives me my second die for him. Oh dear, this one I've got loads of. This is Outpost. Play yards, that's a good one. So one of the things you've got to be aware of is the actual rarity of the cards. So obviously every pack has got a dice in them. So there's actually 2 levels of rarity. The cards with die and the cards without die. So, example, I just pulled a legendary there. So, Crime Ward, you see in the bottom there, it's purple. So that means this is a legendary card. Then the next step down from that was the green. But because every pack has at least 1 card with dice and they're all green, so there's going to be more common rares than uncommons because of the way the pack distribution works. So it's weird, but being a 2 tiers worth of rarities is interesting. But Crime Ward's interesting. I've got ideas for a yellow villain deck. I've been trying to use Elite Jango Fett, so that's been good. I've just been missing some of the extra cards. On the Hunt, Fight Dirty, Imperial Armory. Play an upgrade from your hand, decreasing its cost by 1. Oh, that's good. Loads of potential. I think that gives me the full set of battlefields now. Another Jango Fett. So this is the only character I've actually got elite already, so that one I'm not as chuffed about. Backup Muscle is a good card. Oh yeah. Still looking for some more Darth Vader. Or another launch bay. More survival gear. Rearm, My Kind of Scum, that's a good one. And another block. Oh, a Sith Holocron. So, switch the upgrade, blah blah blah. I don't know, no questions yet? No. Okay. So I'm just gonna continue talking. Yeah, awesome pull. My second launch bay, my Akbar deck is almost complete. So launch bay is a really interesting card for a cost of 5. The power of its different abilities depends upon the number of cards you've got in hand, and it's got a good variety of stuff. You can mill your opponent's hand, you can generate lots of shields, you can disrupt. It's got everything, and Akbar's got lots of stuff to let you turn dice up whichever face you like. So I'm a big fan of that synergy, and looks like we've got a Poe Dameron. Yeah, Poe Dameron Ace Pilot, so it's my first pull. And then lots of blue cards in that pack. I was just about to say that I've been really lucky that the packs I've been pulling have been matching the card of the dice and the colours, but that one just threw it off. So we've got a data pad, not seen this one yet. Turn one of your die to a side not showing damage. Sorry. So it's a nice cheap upgrade. A good thing about relatively cheap, not necessarily damaging upgrades, is that if you get them in your hand early, especially on a character like Rey, who has the ability, when you attach an upgrade to it, she gets a second action. So you can get the, ironic, just pulled a second data pad. You can get the upgrade on her to get the extra ability, and then you can trade that upgrade in to reduce the cost of your more expensive upgrades later on. So you'll remove it and then minus the cost of that upgrade from it. So it can just help you get started if that's the kind of build you're going for. The speeder bike, yeah, it's going to be good for a General Veers deck. So that's the fourth colour of upgrades. It's obviously grey, so these doesn't have any affiliation, and you can include that in any deck no matter what colour you're going for. And then another On the Hunt. That's good. My bin bag's almost full already. On the Hunt is a nice yellow card. It's going to go really well with my Jango Fett list. I've almost emptied a box, and then we'll take stock of what we pulled. Promotion. Red character only. After you play this upgrade card, you may draw a card. So it has a +1 range damage, +1 combat damage, a focus, a shield, and a resource. Another nice cheap upgrade actually. Nothing really to talk about on those. non-dice cards. It's easy when you're doing this as well to get sucked into only focusing on the dice cards. Obviously that's a bit everyone sees first, but the actual cards in your deck are going to be quite important. There's another hired gun. That's one of the non-unique characters. So he's the each colour and faction has a non-unique. So for the hero yellows, it's a hired gun. The hero villain, sorry, the villain yellows have the Tusken Raider. The hero blues have the Padawan. The villain blues have the Night Sister. The hero reds have got the Rebel Trooper. And as if by magic, the villain reds have the First Order Stormtrooper. So this is a nice cheap one for filling out your deck, so 7 points. It does have 2 misses on its die, but it worked out well. Another awful command center there, so the battlefields are relatively important to how you play. You don't always get to play on your own, but it's definitely worth building around the idea. Oh, my first Padawan. So it's another blue card. I really should have switched to a green screen. It's a nice 8-point character, and this character does not have an upgrade. The cost to attach a weapon is decreased by 1. So you can throw lightsabers on her relatively cheap. Almost to the bottom of the first box. A second Sith Holocron. So the reason second cards are pretty important is you can only field 2 of the same cards in the deck. And then Abandon All Hope. Separatist based on Mustafar. Each opponent chooses and deals 1 unblockable damage to one of their characters. It's nasty. Nasty. Qui-Gon Jinn. Let's see, Elite Qui-Gon finished. Return of the Jedi. A bullet event card from your discard pile to your hand. Boundless Ambition. Oh. Another Padawan. So can you do Elite Qui-Gon? No, you can't do Elite Qui-Gon and 2 Padawans. You can do regular Qui-Gon and 2 Padawans. Oh man. General Grievous. That's my first Grievous pull. So he's pretty nasty. I've played against him a couple of nights ago. In fact, it was last week now. Oh, over a week ago. And he was really getting in the face of my Jango Fett list. I just couldn't get him down quick enough. I had to try and change tact because he was getting the kill on my characters who had an upgrade, stealing the upgrade. Then when you finally kill him, he's always trying to take an upgrade that has redeploy, so it then bounces across to one of his other characters. So Grievous can be really synergistic and nasty. Is this a Jabba? Jabba the Hutt. Yeah. So another legendary. He is, after you activate a character, you may reroll a yellow die. Local Garrison, it's a good one. And where are we at now? Grey, what's this one? Comlink. After you play this upgrade, you may reroll any number of your die or any number of an opponent's die. That's a useful double ability. Oh, that's my favourite card. He doesn't like you. Remove one of your die to remove an opponent's die. like all of ones that are just old Star Wars quotes. That's another cunning. Nothing too exciting on that one. I think. So cunning is good if you build a lot of specials into your deck. Cunning is a good way of getting to use them because you get to resolve a different special. The Millennium Falcon, yeah. Play a yellow event from your discard pile or hand for free. A 5-point upgrade. 5-point support. She has got 3 range damage, 4 range damage, 2 focuses. Mills 3 cards from your opponent's hands. Generates 2 resources of a special. Doesn't have a blank. Any dice that doesn't have a blank gets a pass in my book. I'm a big fan. I think that must be the last legendary. And the first order TIE Fighter. Definitely didn't manage to shoot down the Millennium Falcon. So we'll take stock there. Lots and lots of dies. So it was almost first card and last card as legendaries, but wasn't to be. So from box 1 we pulled Jabba the Hutt as a legendary, Millennium Falcon, Crime Lord, Force Choke, must be some others, Launch Bay, and Poe Dameron. That should be it. Should only be 6. Then I managed to complete Qui-Gon Jinn in one box. Got my first General Grievous, got a couple of Padawans, so not a bad pull. Relatively happy with that. Box number 1 down. Oh. Box number 2. Still no questions. There's definitely saying that people watching, so I'm either so charismatic and awesome that you all are just naturally entertained. But you know, feel free to ask questions, it'll make it flow a lot easier, guys. I don't know how entertaining this video actually is. Again, nothing? No? Okay, well, carry on up impacts then. We have more survival gear. Lame. And it's alright. Then we have a Rebel Trooper. I don't actually have any Rebel Troopers yet, so that's a decent pull. The reason why I'm excited to pull just the generics is that it's a nice easy way to splash other colours into your deck. Right, the named characters so you can get up to the elite ones tend to rack up the cost pretty quickly, whereas in being able to throw in just a nice generic trooper is a good way of getting access to those red cards that you might want. And that's the second General Grievous. I can now field the Elite Grievous. Play a red up card from your discard pile, decreasing its cost by 1. Sorry. Rearm. Award ceremony. It's a good hero red pull there. All 4 cards red. Oh, another lot of Jedi robes. It should be 4 of them I've got now. Oh. That's fine. I'm sure someone won't have some. Will want to trade. Another promotion. I had intended to do giveaways on this video. I've ordered. I had ordered. I love Twitch chat. The starter packs, but we didn't actually receive any from the distributor, so I couldn't pick them up. So there you go. So what type of swallow are we talking about? You need to be more specific. It's 11 meters per second apparently. Oh dear. Oh, it's an unladen swallow. Oh, I've lied to Twitch. More outposts. So that last pull was the first order TIE fighter. We've all seen that one now. It comes in the starter pack. Goes well if you're looking to go with some form of like hero deck. Finn can let you splash in the villain vehicles, so you can do some interesting things with Poe and Finn, and then get access to the first order TIE fighters and all of the villain stuff. A jetpack, that will go well in my Django Fett list. Knowing is indeed half of the battle. Knowing is indeed... Oh, another BB-8. Oh, sickens me. And never will I be able to get rid of these BB-8s. Oh, that's good. I think that gives me that elite Jabba the Hutt. Awesome. So another Jabba pull. Surgical strike. Still no second Vader though. Come on, we need the Darth Vader. And the second Millennium Falcon. So with the Millennium Falcon card, because this actually goes into your deck and is unique, you can still include 2 of the cards, but you can only ever have 1 in play. So if they destroy it, you can play your second one. But the other thing I actually like about Destiny is that if you do, for example, do a 2-colour deck and then have cards that need to spot a colour of character and have been destroyed, you can always just throw the card away and then it becomes just a reroll as many dice as you like. So discarding a card still has a use, so it's good. Sith Holocron as powerful as people seem to think. I don't. It's okay. Let's bring Sith Holocron up. You talk about boy cards and stupid boy screen. Where have we gone? Okay, so there is Sith Holocron. So it reads: switch this upgrade with a blue ability upgrade in your hand. Ignore its play restrictions. You may then spend 1 resource to roll its dice into your pool if able. So the reason this is good is that it lets you get things into play quicker. It's all about your resource ramp, stuff like that. So whilst this card isn't really that powerful on its own, it has 1 focus, 1 additional resource, 2 blanks and 2 specials, which the special I just read. It can help you rush into a force choke and stuff like that if you want to get it there, and it also reduces the number of resources, and you get the advantage that you can play it onto a character who's already activated and then spend a resource to get the dice into your pool. So it's a really good way of ambushing things in. Whether it's as good as people seem to think, time will tell. The reason it's good at the minute is that the starter decks come with a lot of blue upgrade abilities that do a lot. So if you manage to pull a Sith Holocron at a launch party, it synergizes well with the cards you already have. But as more cards come out, I feel like it'll get less powerful. Yeah, it does let you put it onto a non-blue as well. That I don't know how deep I'd go into trying to build a deck that way, purely because if you lose your blue character or you don't pull your holocron, you don't want to be holding on to those upgrade cards for too long. So you still want to make sure that you have play, but it is useful, but that isn't the reason I'd be taking it in a deck. I'd say I'd be doing it to try and increase my, still an old magic term, the mana curve for my upgrades, reduce the resource cost of things, and to get that surprise factor. That's the reason I would be playing it, but yeah, it can let you build in that way as well. I just pulled a hired gun, nothing special, and Leia Organa. Leia is really useful. I've been thinking about doing an all-red rebel list, which was with Akbar on Leia, which really lacks upfront damage, but relies a lot on its support cards to do the work. The advantage I think it could have is that it doesn't really matter which one of my characters you try and burn down first, because they're not the ones doing the damage. The disadvantage it has is that it's mono red, and if you don't pull the right upgrades and supports, you can really be off to a slow start. Another Jedi robes in this pack. More infantry grenades. I don't have too many of these yet, so I'm not overly worried about pulling more grenades. Nothing else that we haven't seen in that one. So hopefully my reasoning on Sith Holocron makes sense. You might not agree with it, but hopefully I put that across in a decent enough way. Another First Order Stormtrooper. Misdirection. Choose a symbol showing one of your. Choose a symbol showing on one of your blue dice and remove all the opponent's dice showing that symbol. Oh, it's nice. Only one. Another blaster pistol. Upgrade weapon. It gives you 50% chance of damage. Not too bad. Not the best blaster in the box, but not too bad. My first Count Dooku coming up. Okay. So I haven't pulled a Dooku yet, but before this character is dealt 1 or more damage, you may discard a card from your hand to give him 1 shield. It's alright. It's going to be pretty survivable. 10 health is 11 points or 15 points for the elite version. Has a melee damage for 1, melee damage for 2, a focus, a I forgot what it's called, the milling ability, the discard for 2 but costs a resource, and you can generate a resource. Fight dirty, natural talent, field medic, that's what I want. That's my first field medic actually. I've gone through quite a few cards. Field medic's good in that red hero deck I was talking about. Another promotion, it's not too bad. I can go up to 4 promotions before I start panicking and I've got far too many. Yeah, that is an interesting use of cunning. A thermal detonator, yeah. Upgrade weapon. To play, spot a yellow character. Deal 3 damage to each of an opponent's characters. Discard this upgrade from play. So the thermal detonator is like infantry grenades, but better. No, I suppose it's different to infantry grenades. So, whereas in infantry grenades has got some range damage built in, Thermal Detonator has the discard built in. Both have 1 resource generation. It has 1 less blank, which is replaced by its special, but it costs a resource for that one. So Thermal Detonator is good. And it's my first one to pull. And it's neutral, so I'm a big fan of neutral cards. Another First Order TIE Fighter. Echo Base, give a character 1 shield, Death Star Armory, and Negotiate. I like Negotiate actually. That's one of my favourite, just like little ones I've been playing around with. I felt like it had been forced into my deck because I was running, what was it? It's Elite Ray with regular Akbar and a hired gun, so I got the triple colour deck, and I was using Negotiate in that. And it's just good fun. I've got that many crappy little upgrades, or when the hired gun rolls a bad dice roll, you can just throw it away and drop 2 of your opponent's dice. Tusken Raider, I've got 2 of those already, so I've now got my triple Tusken Raider deck. This is my favourite yellow villain card at the moment. Backup Muscle for 1 resource. It gives you unblockable damage to sneak under shields. It's pretty slow pace, but I try and get it out as early as possible. It gives you another action. It slows you down if you're playing with a list that really needs a battlefield. I wouldn't recommend taking it, because it does slow down your turn a lot. But outside of that, I think it's a really strong card. Anything doing uncancelable damage is really good. Kylo Ren's lightsaber. Maybe this will make Kylo Ren not suck ass. So it has 3 damage for a resource, plus 2 damage, plus 3 damage, all melee obviously because it's a lightsaber. It has 1 shield and then a special. So the special is deal 2 damage to a character. If any of his damage is blocked by shields, re-roll this die instead of removing it into your pool. So really nice if you can get that special off to just start chewing through people's shields. Nothing new in though. I think that's probably going to be all of the rares and uncommons and stuff for the normal cards. I think this is my second Crime Lords. I've got double Jabba and 2 Crime Lords now. This is one that I'm not sure exactly how, if it's going to be as powerful as people seem to think. So it's a 4-point upgrade ability. It's yellow character only. Its special is obviously spend 5 resources to choose a character. That character is defeated after this round ends. So it's got you've got a 1 in 3 chance of pulling that special. The card itself costs 4 points. Then you've got the 5-point investment to get a special off, and the character only dies at the end of a round. So impact wise, if you somehow manage to get it out turn 1 and then turn 2 can trigger its ability, it's going to be really, really strong obviously. But if you're only getting it out in rounds 5 or 6, character, I suppose you get to pick the character, so you could pick one you've not been focusing. So yeah, I see it, but I don't think it's, some people have been saying it's the best card or the most powerful card in the set. I'm not quite there yet. I'll have to, now that I've got 2 of them and Jabba, I'll definitely play around with it, but I don't know, I'm not quite that sold on it. A DL-44 heavy blaster pistol, so we have 2 of them now. And anything else? A power of a force. During its value is equal to a number of blue upgrades you have in play. It's alright. Another, it doesn't like you. And then Force Strike, turn 1 of your blue dice to a side showing melee damage. You may resolve that die. Oh yeah, you definitely. It's the same kind of card as Launch Phase, I suppose, in that I would happily build. I have built a deck around Launch Phase, and I only had one of them at the time. Ray Staff, nothing special, guys. And you can definitely build a deck around it, but again, you run the risk of not drawing it soon enough. So I'm very loath to go too deep with the characters into trying to support my upgrades. It should always really be the other way around, just for consistency. But there is nothing wrong with doing it that way. Oh, it's nice art. All in. Resolve any number of your dice in the order of your choice. So, nice Rebels art there. And my second field medic. Awesome. Don't recognise this dice. Oh, it's a flamethrower. That's my third flamethrower, but I did trade for one of them, so I'll probably give that back to him. Another Padawan. The triple Padawan deck is strong. Or is it? And we're coming to the end of the second box. Still no Darth Vader. A second speeder bike though, that's good. I'm happy with that. No ATSTs either. It's sad times, man. In shadow, sweep the area, unpredictable force misdirection. Another oh no, it's a gaffy stick. Yes, awesome. These are what I want. If I'm going to run triple Tusken Raiders, I want my gaffy sticks. I only have 2 of them though, and you can have 3 Tusken Raiders, so I feel sad for that lowly Tusken Raider who doesn't get a stick. Han Solo, scoundrel. After you play a card with the ambush keyword, you may give this character 1 shield. So, when you give him his blaster, you get a shield. Supporting fire, be reliable. Nothing good in those ones. And the last pack. Oh. BB-8. Oh, sickened. Confiscation. Spend resources equal to the cost of an opponent's upgrade in play to return that upgrade to their hand. My kind of scum. So, as we were discussing it in chat, it's a support. After you resolve a die showing disrupt, you may exhaust this support to gain resources equal to a number of resources your opponent just lost. So, it's a double whammy, obviously. You get to still disrupt your opponent and speed yourself up. Okay, so rares from that pack, so legendaries were Crime Lord, Jabba the Hutt, Han. Did I get 2 of Han's blaster in that one? No, that's not legendary anyway. I'm just talking garbage now. Let's get rid of the dice first. Trying to do that. My first ever pack had a Vader in it. So my first pull ever in Destiny was Vader, and now I'm destined to never pull a second one. Well, that's 2 boxes and no Vader. Millennium Falcon was the other legendary. Okay. So let's count these out, make sure I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm missing 1 legendary there. Oh, was it Kylo's lightsaber? Lest we forget. Okay. Box number 3. So, what characters I haven't pulled a Padme yet. Yes, we'll go through. So we'll do hero yellows. So I've pulled Han. I've a hired gun. I have a Finn from the starter pack. No Padme. Then hero reds. I've pulled one Leia because I think I traded my other one away. I've got double Akbar now. I've got a couple of rebel troopers. Then who's the other one? Leia, rebel trooper, Akbar, Paul. I've pulled one Paul. Blues. I haven't pulled a Luke Skywalker yet. I've got double Qui-Gon. I've got Rey, obviously. I did see the thing for a next set, but I think it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It should add more stuff in. I don't know exactly how much Rogue One content will be in it, but any will be fine. Diplomatic immunity. So it's a hero yellow. The shields from this die can be given to any of your characters, distributed as you wish. Okay. Confiscation and rage, the power of the force, and occupation. So the only way to get double Finn being to buy a second starter. It wouldn't bother me as much if I hadn't pulled so many other cards that you can only get in this. Like, if more of the cards in the starters were unique, it wouldn't bother me. So my third Jabba, so that's some good trading potential. Yeah, if there was more exclusive cards in the starter, it wouldn't bother me. But given the amount of like BB-8s that I'm seeing everyone pull, or the amount of raised staffs that everyone's pulling, makes it less and less palatable to pull them. Oh dear. So I'm not happy with it. It's better than the Kylo starter because I don't know. I don't think the amount of times I'll use Elite Finn, I don't want to do it because he's good, but I just don't want to do it. Oh, another diplomatic immunity. Okay. I'm going to reorganize these. It's easy to talk about legendaries. Still no ATSTs. Come on, ATSTs. Come on, Vader. We need all of the things. Oh, there we go. That's a decent pull. I should stop complaining there. One with the Force. So this is a nice legendary. Blue character only. Before attached character is defeated, this upgrade becomes a support for the rest of the game. It starts readied, and it has a dice with no blanks. It has 3 range damage, a focus 2 dice, a focus 3 dice, a disrupt 3, 2 shields, and 2 resources, and costs 4. This is an awesome card. Really, really strong. And of course, if you sip holocron it, it's even cheaper. A Night Sister. So that last box felt really yellow. This one's feeling pretty blue now, even though there's more yellow cards come out of it. So Night Sister is the villain blue generic. She's 8 points, has 7 health, and has the action reroll 1 die and then deal 1 damage to his character as an action. So just gives you a little bit of dice manipulation. Only 7 health. It's not something you want to be going too deep on unless you can get the shields on her. Yeah, I've seen the Finn Poe combo in action. Actually, I was lending people my Finn dice the other week so that they could try it out, but it didn't quite feel as powerful as it should, just because of the lack of people having that many upgrades. Another Jedi robes. Don't get cocky. Street Informants. I like Street Informants, but I don't know if I'd go 2 in a deck. What feels like 17th promotion. I'm almost at the top of the rank chain now. Second all in, that's good. Another outpost. So I've got lots of outposts now, so I should be able to trade some of those away. I actually like the outpost in another outpost. What was I saying? Yes, so outposts. I think like a good stalling card if you don't care about the battlefield. It's good because it lets you resolve a battlefield ability anyway. So your opponent can never feel safe about claiming the battlefield, because you still have the chance of being able to resolve it. But then it's got a good amount of disruption, and it's easy access. It's not relatively easy access, but it has the focus ability on the die. A Balatic, that's my first one. So this is the villain yellow character. He's 8 or 11. And it is, after an opponent's character is defeated, you may ready this character. So I really like the idea of a synergy between him and Django Fett, because they activate, Django goes in. So you activate with Bala first and try and hit them really hard. Then when they activate their character, Django resolves as well, and then that lets you hopefully kill them using some of Balatic's dice, because then you can pull them back into a pool and re-ready them. Oh, my second Poe. I can feel elite Poe now. Poe Dameron, Ace Pilot. Yes, it seems we were talking about it in the chat. Poe's special, there's only one special on his die, is discard a card from your hand to resolve one of the sides of its die, if able. Then, if it was a vehicle card, you may pay its cost to play it from your discard pile. So it lets you hit with an upgrade. So, for example, we'll go potentially Living the Dream type thing. You play his special to discard the First Order TIE Fighter. You resolve a First Order TIE Fighter's special to remove everyone's shields. Then you just pay the points for it and actually get it into play, and then get to roll its dice at some point later in the turn. So Poe has a really good synergy with upgrade decks, but because there is a limited number of with vehicles, not upgrades. Because there's a limited number of vehicles available at the moment, is going to get exponentially more powerful, and that's why the combination with him and Finn, as you get more villain vehicles that you can add in as well, the power level of that deck will just get stronger over time. Just put a Night Sister, by the way, for those people who are still interested in what's being opened. And a Tusken Raider. Abandon All Hope. Have a war room, lying in wait, defensive positions, nothing new. Halfway through a pack, and we're halfway through legendaries. What's that, more survival gear? Yep. That hyperspace jump. Okay, so we'll talk about hyperspace jump while we're opening more packs. That is, end the activation phase, you may switch a battlefield with a battlefield that is not being used. So it's a decent defensive play that you can end the turn before your opponent gets to spend all of their die. So if you use all of your offense early, get some damage down, and then your opponent's trying to buy time to manipulate their dice into being much more scary, you can use it to just end the activation phase. And also you can, if you've built around your battlefield and lost the roll and your opponent picked their own, you get to switch it out. So I think that's pretty good. Luke's Lightsaber, so another legendary. Blue character only, it's an upgrade weapon, 3 points, so 3 resources. It has 3 damage for 1 resource, a +3 damage, 2 shields, 1 resource, and a special. The special is give a character 2 shields or deal 2 unblockable damage to a character. So I can have a Count Dooku. Yeah, that's not too bad. I feel like I'm filling out most of the characters now. I don't think I've gone too many where I've gone over. I think Jabba is probably the only one. Did I get a Jango Fett in the first pack, I think? So, yeah, for actual deck building, I like to aim for, in just a general principle, so black market, nothing special. In a general principle, I like to have between 8 and 10 additional dice going into a pool. It revolves around how many elite characters you've managed to get, how many single character dice. I like to have attached upgrades if I'm running a lot of individual character die, just because it makes it better when you activate them. If I've got a couple, if I've got an elite Ray, for example, that's the one we'll talk about. So if you've got elite Ray and are going to stack upgrades on her heavily because that's how she plays, then I also like to have some support upgrades so that I've still got activations to stall with if I need to. So I don't like having to be in the position to just pass, especially if my opponent's already got the battlefield, so they don't need to claim it. They can just pass to end the combat phase or the activation phase, whatever. But if I was going to build a Poe Dameron deck, I'd definitely be looking at having upwards of 15 cards in with dice, because I'm going to be throwing them away. I'm not always going to be throwing vehicles away or be in the position to even pay the cost to get the vehicle back. So it's all going to be on the synergies that your deck has, but as a matter of course, I would, including my characters, I want to be sitting around about 12 dice. So if I've only got 3 dice because I'm using a 2 character elite and a regular, then I'm going to have a lot more dice. If I've got 2 elite characters in there, or maybe an elite and 2 regulars, then I might not be as focused on getting as many, unless there's a reason I need more. Ray, I'm quite happy to cycle through upgrades on and, you know, discard some, because it gets her activating. I can upgrade my upgrades to be more suited to a current situation. So you missed me opening a Scout, a Qui-Gon, and I just got General Veers, so that's good. So Scout is a red hero card. It's an upgrade ability. Look at an opponent's hand and discard the cheapest card from it. In the case of a tie, I may choose. And then I've just pulled General Veers. So he's a 9 health villain red card. 11 or 14 points. And as an action, remove this die to turn one of your support die to any side. So pretty good with first order ties and the ATST. I could see using an Elite Veers actually. There we go, so I now have a quadruple Django, if only I could. That's another Django fetch. Where are we for? There should still be 2 more legendaries to come from this box. There we go, an ATST finally. So it doesn't have a blank on it, so I'm extremely happy again. It costs 6. It has a 3 ranged attack, a 4 ranged attack, 5 ranged attack for 1 resource, 2 shields, and then 2 specials. The specials are discard a support from play. So as I was saying earlier, if I've built around a launch bay, then that can really wreck you. Yeah, Outpost. I think I spoke about Outpost earlier on. I really like it. I've been playing with 2 in any of my red decks. I've had 2 Outposts in both. There we go. There's my second Baltic. Sorry, Outposts. Stay on point. Yeah, so I've been using it a lot. Obviously, I'm a bit disappointed I've pulled like 15 million of them now. But I like the access to a focus and the disrupts, just because it lets you move stuff around. So I suppose Outposts in the splashed in with the villain. So if you go yellow red, yeah, if you go yellow red, you could use all of the disrupts from the Outpost to feed into getting Crime Ward or something. Maybe there's probably some synergy there. But yeah, Veers is really good with Outpost because it lets you switch it into the special or the disrupts and stuff like that. Just anything in general. I really have some good ideas for what I want to do with a Veers deck, but I don't really know exactly what's going to go in it at the moment. But yeah, you can really mess around with stuff. Like you can remove a Veers dice to change your Outpost to a focus, to change any dice to anything. So there's some good synergy there. Another Akbar. Is that my Elite Akbar? I already pulled one. I think this is an extra Akbar. So I really like Akbar, but at the minute I can't think of, other than milling them through launch bays, to actually trigger his ability. But after an opponent plays or discards the last card from their hand, they choose and deal 2 damage to one of their characters. A bit sad it's not unblockable damage. I would have liked it to go underneath shields, but hey ho. Immobilize. It's good. Actually, this is the first Immobilize I've pulled. It's good. So Immobilize again is a really strong card, especially if you can use it late, because as an action you can just ditch a dice to change your opponent's dice to a side of a blank. So really useful. Has lots of cunning ways to use it, and also lets you just add shields to a lot of people. There's 3 different shield faces on that die. Black Market, so it's a neutral support. Okay, so this is almost like a yellow version of Outpost, but costs 3 points instead of 2, and it has the special is draw 2 cards. You may pay an upgrade from your hand, decreasing its cost by 1. So pretty strong. I'm not running them in my current yellow deck, but when I've finished opening all of these, I'll probably be able to do better with it. I do have both starter sets. Having spoken about it, I will likely be getting at least the rare starter set again. I'll have to sit down and see which cards are specific to the Kylo one. And another Crime Ward, it looks like. I'm all jabbered up. Yeah, there's my third Crime Ward. The main thing for me is I don't want to have to buy many more boosters after this. I'd much rather be in a position to be able to trade for stuff now, or I'll just buy individual cards or dice that I need. I don't plan on buying any more boosters, but I might buy the starters. And as I said, I've already got the pre-orders in, but we just didn't receive any in my local store. So I was going to be doing a giveaway for one of each starter set, so I'll have to do a YouTube video for that at some point. So legendaries from this one was another Crime Ward, ATST, Luke Skywalker's Lightsaber, Poe Dameron, One with the Force, and Jabba the Hutt. So notables that I'm missing: I don't have a Luke Skywalker, and I only have one Vader. I've not pulled a Vader from 3 boxes yet. So last box. The last one. Is it gonna have Vader? So what else am I missing? I think I finished Dooku. I finished yes, I'm missing General Veers. I only got 1 Veers so far. I still do not have a Padme. Yes, is it Mind Probe, the one from the Kylo? I can't remember what the exclusive starter cards were. I don't think I've actually drawn too many First Order Stormtroopers. I think I've got the 4, but you know, having 1 extra one. Oh yeah, okay. So YouTube is DiceHate, same as the Twitch channel. So first card from the last box is a Scout. Oh man. I'm just going to wait for this box up here, I think. Another Leia Organa. So I've definitely got Elite Leia now. Endless Ranks, Isolation, more backup muscle. Spot a boy character to remove a character. Yeah, Isolation is pretty nice. There we go, another ATST. That's good. I'm happy. Happier. Yeah, I've not seen it in action, but I've seen people talking about having played it, and once you get the upgrades into play, it starts to hit like a truck. For the 4 Stormtroopers. Another Immobilized, so I've got 3 of those now. Another Speeder Bike, so the vehicle cards are coming fast now. So maybe I could run the Poe and Finn deck. No Black One though, that's a shame. Yeah, it's the point. I haven't pulled any black ones. There we go. I've started rolling into the First Order Stormtroopers. So this box is feeling very red. A layer, a scout, a first order stormtrooper, and an ATST. Feeling relatively red. Phasma, there we go. It's about time. Captain Phasma. So I think this is one of the most overtly powerful decks to build, is the mono red Phasma. So she has your non-unique characters have a guardian keyword, so you can just spread your damage around between your other characters, and then once you get the upgrades rolling, can really hit hard, and you just get that control. So I think it's one of the most obvious powerful builds to go for. I'm happy the speeder bike isn't red, to be honest. It didn't surprise me that much. I think at some point I'd like to see like a scout trooper that's red or something, but the bike itself I'm quite happy is a grey card, so I feel like they need those grey upgrades. Another first order TIE fighter. Those are going to be pretty hard to trade away. Yeah, it's like I might have to. I'll trade you a Jabba if you take my first order TIE fighters as well. A jetpack. I don't think I've got maybe one jetpack, so that'll be my second. Have we spoke about Play the Odds? I don't think we have. That's a decent card. Play the Odds. It's a support as an action. You exhaust this support to reroll one of your yellow dice, and if it's a resource, you gain one resource. So it's a nice dice manipulation and potential ramping up of your resources. I'm actually hoping for some neutral characters. I was trying to think through the other day. BB-8. Damn it. Which ones was I like? Potentials for grey characters. I think Ahsoka would have to be one, but she wouldn't be grey. Ventress would probably be blue, but could fit as a grey. I think all of the droids probably, whether it'll be characters, but all of like 3PO, yeah, I can see hired gun. If there is ever a 6-point character, I would like it to be grey, because that opens up deck character builds quite a lot. Having a 6-point character, is it 6 point? Yeah, I think I'm right. Yeah, I think it's a 6-point character that we don't have at the moment. The cheapest is 7. So I'd like, if there's ever a 6-point character, I don't... 2 BB-8s in a row, what are you doing to me? Oh. Stay on target. Yeah, if they ever do one, I think it should be grey, because I don't... Part of the cost of the characters is the colours that they open up. Oh, sorry. So you're talking about if there's going to be a neutral character. Yeah, so there we go, that's the second Veers. Who would I do as a neutral character? I think your point about hired gun as a potential neutral character is fine. But obviously because they did it in the starter, that kind of spoils it. I'm trying to think of somebody in the fluff who would actually fit that walking the line type. I don't know. I think there'll always be hero and villain for the characters, but I would be surprised if it was a grey character. I think if they do battle droids, I think they might be grey. A rebel trooper. It's okay, I think it's on my second rebel trooper. It binds all things. Before you play a blue upgrade, you may exhaust this support to decrease its cost by 1. That's nice. It binds all things. Another gaffy stick. There we go. My second gaffy stick. Happy with that one. A Tusken Raider deck is a go. I say again, Tusken Raider deck is a go. Don't recognise this card. Or this die, I should say. Oh yeah, the sniper rifle. The IQA-11 blaster rifle. So it is an upgrade weapon for neutral. It is plus 2 range damage, sorry, 2 range damage plus 3 range damage, a disrupt, a resource, and a special. The special is deal 2 unblockable damage to a character. So I like that. Yeah, and it goes nicely in the all Stormtrooper deck because you want as many weapons dies to add to them as possible. I've been promoted again, guys. Promoted again. And nothing else of note. Another flamethrower. That's right, yep. We're over halfway through the pack and only 2 legendaries. It's getting worrying. Another Count Dooku. I can't remember if I've put Dooku twice. Oh yeah. We have the red event hero card. It's a trap. So we have ambush. Choose a symbol showing on an opponent's die, then turn any number of your red die to a symbol showing that symbol. So to a side showing that symbol. So we have Akbar's It's a Trap. Come on, legendaries. You can do it. Oh, that's a good pull. One with the Force again, so I have my 2 one with the Forces now. We've already spoken about that one. Another Leia Organa, so I've definitely got Elite Leia now. Still no Vaders. I'm only sat on my 1 Vader. Sad times. Grievous. So I've got extra Grievuses. Grievusi. Don't know what the plural of someone's name would be. Commando Raid. Resolve one of your red dice showing a discard, increasing its value by 2, and then draw a card. That's nice. Another hired gun. So yeah, that card will go really well in my Akbar deck actually. Focusing on resolving discards and stuff like that. Trying to mill through people's decks. Oh, more Clan Wars and Jabba. God damn it. Jabba the Hutt. Many Jabbas. Am I more annoyed by having multiple Jabbas or multiple BB-8s? I still not got a Padme. Oh, I like rocking horse shit. Another raid staff. It's a shame because it's unique. Underworld contacts exhaust his support to gain 1 resource. That's good, I like that. Amateur teeth, patience. More Jedi robes. And not much else. Getting down, I've only got 4 legendaries so far. And I've got maybe 6 packs to go and then we're done. Second Underworld Contacts, that's good. Don't remember seeing too many of those. Oh, it's a second Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. Still no Luke Skywalker though. Hyperspace jump again. More field medics. I've got more than enough field medics now. Infantry grenades. Where did we go? Nothing I don't think nothing we haven't spoken about. Another raised staff, that's disappointing. So this box has had 2 BB-8s and 2 raised staffs. So kind of annoying. Another Django. Seeing as how good Django is, I'm really hoping that Bubba's better. So this one is the last pack, and I only have 5 legendaries so far, so this should be a legendary, and it is Black One. So Black One is a hero support vehicle, and it is cost 4, has a 2 range attack, 3 range attack, 1 disrupt, 2 shields, and a special. The special reads, deal 1 damage to a character, reroll this dice instead of removing it from your pool. So you can just keep spamming that die in and doing 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. Pretty nice. So there we go, guys. That is 4 boxes of Star Wars Destiny boosters open. How did we come out of it? Relatively well. Common, so again, because of the stupid way it's worked out, rares for characters aren't actually rares, are commons because there's only common or rare or legendary. So I didn't get any Padmes, which is how it goes, I suppose. I didn't get any Luke Skywalkers, and I didn't get any Vaders from this pull, but I do have one already. So am I missing any other characters? Let's go through them. So for the hero side, for blue, we've got Qui-Gon, Rey, Padawans, and Luke. So I'm missing Luke. Then we have for yellow, Han, Finn, Hired Gun, and Padme. I'm missing Padme. For red, we have Poe, Leia, Akbar, and the Rebel Trooper. And I've got all of those and got them to elite, so that's good. So red heroes, I'm doing well. Then villains, for blue we have Vader, where I've pulled one already, Kylo, Dooku, I believe I've finished, and Night Sisters, so I'm good for blue villains. Yellows, we have Jabba the Hutt, which I got to elite. I forgot his name now, Tech, whatever his name was. I have to elite. Django, I've got elite, and Tuskens I've got 3 of, so happy with that. Red villains, I got Grievous to elite. Phasma, I only got a single. Veers I got to elite, and then I've got a lot of Stormtroopers. So not too bad overall. I should be able to trade up for Padme relatively easy, depending on how common she is. The ones I expect to have difficulty getting is Luke Skywalker, because I don't have any, so I'd want 2. I might be able to get 1 on a trade. Phasma, I think, is going to be pretty hard to get to Elite, just because the Elite version is extremely fieldable. She works pretty well in the 29 point, her and 2 troopers. You can splash into a Night Sister or something as well if you want to, but I think just mono red's fine with her. I should be able to get a second Vader, because I don't think too many people are going to want to run Elite Vader. But I feel like as the next wave comes out, I think 1 massive character and then a support will be pretty viable. So I'm pretty happy with the turnout overall. I think I could have done with pulling an extra black 1 for the Poe Dameron Finn deck, but it's not a massive disappointment because it is a unique upgrade. I managed to just get the 2 ATSTs, 2 Luke's lightsabers, only 1 of Kylo's lightsaber. I got my Crime Lord, so I should be okay for the non-character legendaries. Thermal Detonator, I would have definitely liked a second Thermal Detonator. Yeah, overall I'm happy with the pulls. Pretty surprised I didn't get Padme. Disappointed. So the thing that bothers me more than having to buy the second starter for a Finn is pulling all of these. That annoys me because they're both unique. So I feel like they should have been the exclusive cards to a set, and Finn should have been one that you can pull. But I don't know whether it was marketing strategy or just a mistake or what, but that's the one bit that does bother me, is the BB-8 Rey staff. Because they're unique upgrades, that bothers me somewhat. But no, overall I'm pretty happy. Anyone wanting to ask any questions or keep the show going, let me know. Obviously I don't have any more packs to open, so I'll just be tidying up the space on the desk. But if you want to ask anything or chat about anything now, I'll give you a minute or so, and if not, I'm going to call an end to the proceedings and close out the video. And DiceHate me in this game as well. Yeah, I find it difficult to give FFG the benefit of the doubt on the Rey staff and BB-8, but it bothers me because it almost invalidates opening that pack at all, because you're going to have 1. You can only have 1 in play at a time. Fair enough, you can have 2 in your deck, but I don't know. I feel like unique upgrades should be legendaries, not rare, because you want to be excited about pulling a unique upgrade. Like, yeah, I pulled 2 of Luke's lightsaber, and I can only have 1 in play at a time, but it doesn't feel as bad because it's a legendary. So hopefully that gets fixed moving forwards. I wanted to talk a little bit about just my feelings on Destiny in general. I'm quite happy with where I stand from all of these pulls. I like the game, it's good fun. I don't know how competitive the playstyle is going to be yet, but it's good fun. Yeah, so just obviously with a Kylo starter set, at least you can use multiple stormtroopers, and yeah, when you pull more and more stormtroopers, once you get above 4, unless you're going to have 2 decks set up, you might want 6 stormtroopers, but I think once you get to 4, that's how many stormtroopers I'm keeping. I will keep 4 stormtroopers, then I'm going to try and trade away the rest of them. I don't know how the secondary market is going to fare for this, to be honest. Hopefully it's going to be popular enough that it will develop a secondary market in stores that's sustainable for everybody. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I hope you've all enjoyed the video a little bit. Sorry I couldn't get the starter sets in to do giveaways today, but definitely get signed up to YouTube. You'll find out how to win those. I'm going to be giving away one Kylo starter set and one Rey starter set. I'll probably do a Kylo one, or I'll do one of them as some kind of comment thing, and then the other one I'll do through the Patreon page as well. So all the people watching live, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it, and okay, I'll just address that one. So there's lots of talk about doing the drafts and everything there, without it getting too expensive. I feel like to do a draft at the moment you'd have to have a starter set draft, because you need to make sure that everyone at least has some characters. So that's how I would do it. I would, in fact, it's how I am going to be doing it, because I run events at my local store anyway. So the way I'm going to run draft tournaments is that you need to bring a complete starter set. So I'll make sure the card lists are available so you can rebuild one if you don't want to keep your draft kit separate. Which again is another reason why you could buy a second starter set. I'll take the thin dice out of it, and that'll be it. I'll just leave it in the box outside of that. But you take your starter set, so you're at least going to have a playable deck once the draft is finished, and then I'll do it as a draft for a box, and then make sure that out of the 6 legendaries at the end of the draft, basically the winner will get the first choice of the legendaries, and it'll go down from there. And then all of your other dice cards you'll get to keep straight from the draft. So that's how I'm going to run drafts. It's going to be 6 people in for a box. So that works out right. Yeah, 6 people. I can do simple maths. We'll cover the cost of a box between them. You'll all get your 6 packs. Then you will draft around. Then whatever you pull, you'll get to keep. So if you want to take the dice straight away, you can. If not, you pass the pack along as normal. And then at the end of the tournament, at the end of the draft, each box will be split into pods, and then depending on, you'll pile all of the legendaries into the middle, and then the rankings from each pod will get first pick at the card, at the legendaries from that. I think that kind of way of doing it breeds a nice social and community aspect, because most people I've found, especially when I used to do Magic drafts, you know, my secret shame is that despite the monetary value of a card, a high percentage of the community will let somebody take the higher cost, the higher value card if they don't have one, if they know that they're going to use it. Obviously, if everyone's just wanting it to sell it, the winner's got every right to take the most expensive card and then sell it on. But most people I find are more than willing to actually give up that valuable one to someone who doesn't have one, and then just pick the second most valuable card type thing. And then at least everyone will leave the draft with a legendary. How useful it is to them is dependent on how well they played, but I think that's how I'm going to be running drafts. So if people want me to send out a written thing, feel free to message me on Facebook. Obviously you find DiceHate on Facebook, find it on Twitter. You can tweet at me at Twitter as well, at Kris Sheriff, or at DiceHate Kris. And then you can always email us at dicehate@gmail.com. Also have Skype, so if you ever see me online, I'm always happy to do phone-ins. So if you want to help record a segment for the show, is dicehate@gmail.com on Skype is for the call in there. And yeah, hopefully people can enjoy that, and that'll be it, guys. Feel free to subscribe to the Twitch feed. That's DiceHate on Twitch. If you're wanting to try and have your chance to win a starter set, make sure you are subscribed to a YouTube channel and get on that video. That should be out, I'm hoping, on Thursday next week. So that'll be, I can't even think of what date it'll be now. Sorry guys. It will be the 8th. I'm hoping to put out a video on the 8th saying we've got to start a deck. So I'll do some coverage of one of the decks I'm playing, and that's where we'll give away one of the starter sets. And the other one will be done through Patreon. So if you want to find a DiceHate on Patreon, have a look at that. There's already some really good fun stuff getting given away all the time on there. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and good day.